man was sleeping on a raft when he was suddenly jolted awake by his panicked companion. He sat up, only to realize their wooden raft was drifting dangerously close to a raging canyon. Terrified, he jumped up, grabbed a paddle, and began frantically rowing toward the shore. But the current was too strong. They had no control at all. Before long, they were swept straight into the treacherous canyon. Almost immediately, a large rock loomed in their path. Both men dropped flat onto the raft as it slammed into the rock. Miraculously, the raft didn't break apart, and they survived the crash. But the water around them was rushing too fast, and they had no idea how to get to shore. In this life-or-death moment, the companion came up with an idea. He would swim to shore first, then find a long branch to pull the man over. They agreed on the plan, and the companion dove into the water, using every bit of his strength to fight the current and make it to land. But just as he got there, he realized he had forgotten his machete, the only thing that could cut a branch. He shouted to the man on the raft to toss it over. Just as the man reached for the blade, a sudden surge of water lifted the raft, throwing him into the river. Within seconds, he was lost in the churning rapids. Holding his breath, he managed to resurface, but the current was too strong. He was being swept farther and farther away. Before he knew it, he slammed into a rock. When he surfaced again, he was close to shore. Grabbing onto a nearby boulder, he pulled himself up and finally climbed onto land, barely alive. Exhausted but alive, the young man had no time to rest. He had to figure out how to get back. But just as he stood up, he was met with a terrifying sight, a massive mountain blocking his way. It looked like the only way back was to climb it. Thankfully, he was agile, and he made quick progress up the steep slope, but then his foot slipped, and he tumbled down the hillside. He barely managed to grab onto a rock. If he hadn't, he could have been crushed or swept away. After catching his breath, he carefully continued climbing, more cautious this time. Soon, he made it to the top, but when he got there, he didn't see a path home, only an endless forest stretching out before him.